Yo, what's going on, man? It's Fatal Clinch back with another one. Yeah, you absolute gooners. Listen, this video, is how I think the Tekken devs could save this game pretty much instantly and grow the player base again and just make it a much better and more fun, enjoyable game. And Tekken would get its good reputation back and all. Like it would just like, it would be night and day. The whole situation that we're in now would be night and day if they made these changes that would literally not cost them any resources, anything. Like they could just do it. And like, say if they just did a patch and, you know what I mean, next month, and then this was the patch, like Tekken, we're back. Like we're back. Tekken's on top again. So the first changes I would say they would need to do this, yeah. So going from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8, there was a lot of nerfs to the defense in Tekken in general. So I would say literally just revert all those nerfs to defense back to Tekken 7 standard. So there was a few. So there was the backdash cancel distance, like overall was reduced. They probably did some other things to it as well, but the distance overall was reduced for pretty much every character. So just revert that back to Tekken 7. Easy. That straight away the game's like undoubtedly better, more fun to play, everything. I'm not going to go too much into detail about this stuff. I'm just going to lay it out, and whatever you lot think about it, yeah, you can talk about it in the comments, etc. So low parry functionality nerfs. So basically they made it so low parry, you can't low parry like aerial attacks, like you know, any jumping lows or things like that. You can't low parry them for some reason, and they made it so you can't low parry. Well, in Tekken 7 it was rage drives. You could low parry them, but in this game you can't low parry the heat smashes. If they just revert that, like, so you can low parry all that stuff, I don't see why that was nerfed in the first place. It's just why like what's the point? Just let me low parry the stuff, bro. Like the low parry mechanics in the game, let me flipping use it, innit? Straight away would help a lot. Also, yeah, they nerfed the frames on people's like reversals and parries. So like the activation frames, they nerfed that. So they made the activation on parry. Basically, they nerfed parries and reversals. So they made that slower. So if they literally just revert the activation frames back to Tekken 7 standard, it's a no-brainer. It's just to just revert it. Why was it nerfed? Like the reversals are in the game for a reason. The parries are in the game for a reason. Let us use it the way that we was using them before. And also they made it so you can't parry charge attacks for some reason. I think they should just revert that back as well. Like just give us all the defense, all the defensive stuff that we had in Tekken 7. Give it to us in Tekken 8. Literally straight away, the game's 1000% better. It wouldn't cost them any resources, but all it would do really is just make some devs have to put their ego to the side and say, listen, yeah, this was a bad decision. Let's revert it. So yeah. In terms of heat, I would say remove heat dash launchers. I've said this like loads of times. I've said my reasons for it. I'm not going to go over it 1,000 times. Just remove heat dash launchers straight up. You know, I'll go into it a little bit. So like, there's like in Tekken 7, right? Say a Demon's Port. If you got hit by it, right, you would get knocked away, and then you would like probably roll back, get up, and you're playing again. These moves are like that because they're meant to be like keep out moves. They're not meant to give you big reward because of how much distance they cover. But in this game, like if you get hit by one Demon Sport, heat engage, you got all this health back and you're in heat state, like, and you can just snowball the whole round off just a random kind of like button that you use to keep someone out. It's stupid. I think it should go. So yeah. Also, reduce the heat burst range. So I think everyone thinks the heat burst range is too much in this game. You can't backdash it. You can sidestep them now, yeah, but you need to be able to backdash and make them whiff more. If they literally did a patch with these 2 changes in it as well, straight away, game's 1000% better. Wouldn't take them long to do. They could literally, a modder could, these changes that I'm talking about now, a modder could do them in like 2 days. Yeah. Okay, so the combo system, I would say remove multiple strong aerial spins. So make it so you can only do 1 strong aerial spin, not 2, 3. Why can you do 2, 3? It doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense. Like, people don't like being in the combo for that long, etc, etc. I'm not gonna go too much detail, but yeah. I would also say remove the whole spike mechanic. So the spike mechanic at the wall where you hit them on a low slump and then you get extra damage, I would say just remove that whole thing, because there's just some combos in this game that are just ridiculous utilizing that mechanic. People don't like the mechanic. They took Jack's spike combo away, they took certain people's spike combo away, and certain people have it. I just don't think it's a good mechanic. It just unscaled damage on the floor. It's just, come on, man. Like, why? I just think that mechanic can go. If you nerf these 2 things about the combo system, straight away we got a better game, like 1000%. Here is the big one though. If they did this, you see the Tekken numbers now, what they're on, they will skyrocket instantly. I promise. I'll put money on it. Yeah, this would not be hard to implement. It's no resources. This is all it is. Yeah. Introduce a classic mode. Listen, classic mode. Give it a ranked mode. Yeah, offline, whatever. Classic mode. This mode would have no heat, no chip damage, and no rage. Yeah, that's what it will be. That's what it will be. No heat, no chip damage, no rage. But this will never happen. That's the sad part about it. This will never happen because some devs would have to swallow their pride and realize that heat, chip damage were bad ideas. They were just bad ideas. There's no way to balance them. Like, you can't make people happy with these kind of mechanics. There was in Tekken, these mechanics are just bad. Yeah, but I guarantee you, like, prove me wrong. If you introduce a classic mode, let's see how many people play classic mode over the heat mode. Let's see the numbers and it. Okay, and I'm not hearing the argument of, oh, go play the last game, go play another game. It's like, bro, that's not an argument. Do you want to know why? Because those games have different rosters, first of all. Maybe you want to play the character that's in Tekken 8. Furthermore, those games have less players on them, so it's going to be harder to find matches. Why would you want to do that? What, you want to play the game that's active? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you want to play the game that's active. If they give us this feature, do you know what I'm saying? You're making both people, you're making the absolute scrubs happy that love heat or whatever, and then you're making the people happy that actually like Tekken for what it's meant to be. So yeah, man. Bro, it would save the game. People will be rinsing the classic mode. You already know it. You already know people will be rinsing it. Do you know what I mean? And they'll love it. They'll be happy, bro. They'll be happy with it. No heat, no chip damage, no rage. Let's play. Let's go. You get me? No crutches, nothing. Just my character versus your character versus fundamental. Yeah, you might have some cheat moves, whatever, but I ain't got to deal with heat or whatever. And chip damage and all this silliness. I could just leave the video there, right? That's what it should be. But you know what I'm like? I got my controversial takes. So here's my controversial takes, yeah. I don't care what anyone thinks. This is what I think, bro. I could be completely wrong, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I like to just put them out there, though. So, imagine if some absolute genius in the Tekken office said one day, you know what? The way we implemented heat is just bad. No one likes it. It's whack. You know what we should do? Make it so heat is earned through punishment. Only punishment. Yeah? So you do something that's -10 on block. I do a Mishima 1-1-2, knock you down. Yeah? My heat bar gets filled up a bit. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, bigger punishment gives you more, adds to your heat bar, and then once you get the heat bar full, that's when you can activate heat. That would be fun, because you know what it is, yeah? Obviously heat's cheap, but what's so frustrating about it now is that it's just given to you just for existing. But if you knew that that person earned his heat by punishing your stupid ass mistakes, it would be a lot more, you know what I mean, like fun to play against, because you know, like he earned that, he actually earned it, like with punishment. It's not, he didn't just use aggression and just hit you. Like, no, you did think you whiffed, or you did minus things on block and you got punished, and then he earned his heat. You know, and then, you know, it could encourage safer gameplay, yeah. But people, you know, people get tired of doing that sometimes, and you know, sometimes it just makes sense to take risks or whatever. And then yeah, you take that risk. Oh, he might get some more heat bar. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that would be sick. That's me personally. Some people might be, oh no, man, just give me my heat for free, and that's just whack. And yeah, cool, man, cool. Like yo, this is the controversial takes right now. You understand? So yeah, here's my other controversial take. Remove every install in the game that isn't Claudio's. The reason why I give Claudio the blight is because he was the original kind of like install character, so he's kind of designed around it, like, you know what I mean. It was Starburst, that was his thing, and I kind of liked it when he was the only one that had that, because that made Claudio unique. But now flipping half the cast have got installs. Even Heihachi's got installs. Jack Tekken 1 Jack like has an install, bro. Are you like Jack the robot? That like, why, man? Like, why has Jack got an install, bro? It's just whack, bro. Why has Heihachi got is like, well, Heihachi's is a bit different, but yeah, man, I don't know, man. Installs are just whack. I don't even think people like that. It's just not Tekken. Like Street Fighter and those kind of games. Those are the kind of games for like installs and that, man. You know what I mean? Tekken now, man, it was about the long move list. You know what I mean? That was Tekken's thing. You had a long move list and you used that move list, and you might use some quirky moves, some weird moves that you ain't seen a lot to, you know what I mean, to catch your opponent by surprise. That's what Tekken was about. But having all of that and then on top of it, that installs and on top, is too much. So here's my other controversial take. Remove heat burst bound. Yeah, I think there's too many ways to extend your combo. And the thing is, like, obviously in Tekken 7 they removed being able to tailspin after a low parry, right? But in this game, it's like, okay, you removed it, oh yeah, but you're still doing heat burst bound off the low parry. So there's still like low parry combos that are doing way too much, in my opinion. Yeah, man, and just the heat burst bound mechanic, I just think, yeah, there's too many ways to extend your combo, and I think that's a way that's just unnecessary, like having the heat burst bound. Like, I don't really like it. I think that could be gone. You still got your tailspin, you still have your strong aerial tailspin. I think that's enough. So yeah, okay, so here's the other controversial thingy. Remove the grey health deletion mechanic. So that'll be like Nina's move where she deleted the grab, where she deletes your grey health, Kuma's, all that, yeah. Remove all of those completely, or give it to everyone. And by everyone, I mean like every single character should have one move that does it. Me personally, I would give it to like a command grab, like 1+2 or something. I don't know, but yeah, like rather give it to everyone or just remove the whole mechanic, because I just really don't think that is fair that some characters get it. And then and it's only a few characters, well, it's not a lot, you know, it's only a couple characters that get it, and then everyone else doesn't really get it. I just don't think that makes sense balancing wise. Yeah, it's just whack, man. Here's the ultimate controversial take though. Yeah, this is the you know what I mean, there'll be people that ain't happy with this. I'd say introduce a universal defensive mechanic, right, to counteract some of this heat stuff. So if you guys were following Street Fighter 5, I think about season 3, they introduced a new mechanic, a defensive mechanic. It was called V Shift, and it allowed you to like do it on wake up and do it, you know, and it would basically like you could V shift projectiles and that, so you could use it, and then like it would you would hit them for some grey health, right? But it was like a defensive mechanic. It was like a get off you move. It didn't do actual damage, but it used to like knock them down and get you away. It didn't really give Oki. You just knocked them away and got them off you. Stopped the offense basically, right? I think this game could actually do with something like that. Like I actually think, you see how the 2 heat bars at the top are full now, right? I think, yeah, if there was like a universal parry that functioned kind of like Jin's in a way, that took off like, you know, a third of your heat bar or whatever to stop the offense, I think that would be quite gassed, because it takes it off. I mean, like it would shrink your heat bar to how long your heat bar is gonna last now, and that's it. I actually think that would be sick, like, you know, and then when people use it or whatever, it would be sick, man. And it, like, even if the attack afterwards doesn't do real damage, it just does recoverable health or whatever, I think that would be sick. It would add an extra layer to the game, and it would give you a mechanic that helps balance the offense, because basically I think a big issue with this game is they added all these mechanics in to basically boost offense, but they didn't really give you anything defensively to counteract that. And if you see like the Street Fighter 6 success in that, and it's like, yeah, they did introduce Drive Rush, they did make the game more you know, aggressive with Drive Rush and stuff, right? But they also added the parry mechanic in it to kind of balance it out. It doesn't 100% balance it out, but it helps, and it gives you that extra layer to know, like, yo, like you can watch back your replay and you know what I mean, I could have done the parry there, I could have done this. Like in this game, there's a lot of situations where it's just like you're sitting there and it's just like, I couldn't have really done nothing but guess, you know what I mean? But yeah, Street Fighter kind of has that. I think that would be sick in this game. I think that would work, and it would make a lot of people happy, and it would make the game flow better, and it will make the players feel like they have ways out, they have more options to, you know what I mean, get out, rather than just be limited to what the character actually has, like their own parry or whatnot. I think that would be sick. That's just my opinion though. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it. I'm out.